Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WCAT's coverage of a Westminster time-honored tradition, the Halloween Parade for pre-first through second graders. I'm William Fauché here with Andrew Zacks, and it is a brisk morning, but an exciting one nonetheless.
It sure is. 10 degrees colder than last year's Halloween, and it's looking like the temperature's going to keep on dropping.
And Zacks, it looks like the real key to this Halloween, the key to success, is going to be balancing both warmth and costume design here. That's going to be the trick.
It's warmth and originality. I think we're going to see a lot of repeats from last year. We do have a few new pop culture holdovers, like second season of Stranger Things, as I'm sure everyone knows. Wonder Woman, of course.
And interestingly enough, looking at the top 10 Halloween costumes for this year, at number 1, you've got action superhero. Not surprising, as people line up along Presley Patio here to get ready for the parade as they start their march. But you've got number 1, action superhero. Number 2, Batman Princess. Number 3, Animal. 4, Spider-Man. 5, Star Wars. Then Witch, a tie between Marvel hero and pirate. Disney Princess, a.k.a. Moana. That's going to be a big one, Zach, so we got to look out for that.
Sure is.
Ghost, and then Wonder Woman. You mentioned it, going to be sneaking into the 10th slot.
Well, I think really a lot of these end up just being superheroes anyway. You have Batman, you have Marvel hero, you have Wonder Woman. I think basically this entire chart here is saturated with superheroes.
And, the way that Marvel's been pushing out movies recently, can you really be surprised by it? And here they come.
Our first wave of pre-first graders.
And it looks like we've got some older pre-first graders coming up first. We've got Mr. McKnight, head of the lower school, with some of the administration going with the gold fidget spinner right off the bat. An impressive costume there, Andrew.
It really is. They even got the functioning spin.
And we're going to hand it over to Daniel Searle. Daniel, up in front of the parade. What's going on?
You hear the band playing, but stay tuned. See who can guess what is the soundtrack for these fidget spinners as this lower school administration does their annual dance. It was a surprise, but they're ready to spin around, and here they go, right in front of our cameras.
Always exciting to see the lower school administration get into it here. Let's see what they have planned for us. Coming off a strong Pokemon Go last year, Andrew, a very impressive performance. And they're going to get into it now, line dance.
What immaculate choreography.
Look at this movement up here.
They are
right
coordinated.
in front of Cole Bergman. You're getting good look. Jim Justice, Yvonne Spiata with the spin, with the twirl. Stacy Chalmers singing along at the same time. Becky McKnight. Oh, and coming through. The star, the May, Susan Kahn, and the little hop and the jump. Spectacular action. And off they go.
And that's fantastic stuff from the lower school administration, Zach. I know that this is one of the favorite parts of their year.
Pull Mr. McKnight aside here as the first crew comes through. Tell us about this theme.
Well, at the lower school, we believe that learning is a cyclical process. Everything is tied together, so it's only fitting that we do fidget spinners to sort of exemplify our curriculum.
Wow, he gave us the curricular answer. It's a circular process. And through now, Arledge Lancaster. I'll send it back to you guys as this crew comes through.
So you hear that, folks? That means fidget spinners are actually better in the classroom.
And that's an impressive analogy nonetheless. They really went creative on that one, Andrew. And it looks like right now we've got Bear Hines coming up. We got Batman. We got some Mario, little Pikachu. Here we are, Transformers, Optimus Prime. That's a bit of a throwback. And love to see we've got Scoot Go Cats there, the Westminster Wildcat.
Paying homage to the legendary Wildcat.
Of course, this is the first Halloween parade in the absence of both Rambler and Mr. Diamond.
But we're sure they're watching online, so Mr. Diamond and Rambler, we miss you, but here's the crowd coming through, the Harry Potters. Everybody's here.
There you got Wildcat Kate Miller. They're helping out with the lower scores. Here comes the next homeroom. Looks like Griffith Rooks. There you've got MC Miller. Some great costumes. You've got Iron Man. There's some of that Marvel superhero, Wonder Woman. We're already racking up some of the big names.
We are, and there's another witch. Really checking all the boxes.
Oh, here we go. A clone trooper, the first Star Wars I've seen this morning. And, that's a bit of an underrated costume there as we see T-Rex riding.
I think it takes some work.
And look what we've got here in the corner of the screen, T-Rex riding. That is an impressive costume.
Looks like a variation on the classic Yoshi.
Of course, of course. We've got Fireman. That's a big one. Let's take a replay really quick and see what we've got going on some of these costumes. Here we go. Slow moving on the dinosaur. Look at that, the inflatable nonetheless. And Zach, I think that might be a good balance between that warmth and costume originality.
That's right. I mean, I'm shaking in my shoes right here.
And we really have seen a bit of a transformation in the inflatable. Originally going with the sumo wrestler suits, of course, but now we see that technology getting applied everywhere. We see the T-Rex riding.
Yeah, they were a classic. You know, you and a friend would just dress up as sumo wrestlers and just run into each other the entire afternoon.
And really made your day. It really made your day. And we've seen another one right here. We've got Texas Riding Bull. I mean, very impressive to say the least.
And now here in front of Presley, it's time for the first grade. You hear our fantastic band and Freddie Martin playing the Halloween-themed music. And first grade with Abdullah and Witness is the first class coming through. Who's hungry?
There we go. We see a minion right there. Some Los Angeles
Some more Harry
Dodgers
Potters.
there. No surprise
Wow.
to see that. And looks like we've got, for Abdullah Witness, we've got Betsy Blitch and Annalise down here helping them out. And look at that, Zach. You see the minion. You see a little bit of a fairy. Betsy Blitch helping out as one of the Westminster Wildcats along with Annalise.
Oh, we got our first football player.
That's true. And Georgia playing quite impressively.
Truly. He knew what was going on.
Is that Tintin I see? I believe I just saw a Tintin, Zach. That's an interesting choice. I would not
you blink
expect
and
that.
you'll miss it.
I would not expect that.
That's a Robin Oliver special right there. Good eye on the Tintin.
Looks like next up, we've got Chapman Hahn here. We've got the French cuisine, a couple more football players. The Headless Horseman. Now the football players really coming in strong, Zach. That's the fourth we've seen in a short bit.
Yeah, and they're being very careful to miss that seal as they were the almost the offensive line to the rest of this costume parade.
I mean, you got to lead the way as now we have Kadaba Schlafly, just making their stop on Presley Patio here. Oh, policeman. There we go. You can see a lot of support up from the high schoolers. Love this parade every year when they get the chance to get up out of class. To come watch the lower schoolers strut their stuff in what has been an impressive showing. Let's get a replay here of what we just saw. Policeman rocking it solo, Zach.
And look at that high five.
That was
perfect contact.
Almost perfect form, I'd say. And that's impressive as we see the medical crew heading up with a stuffed lion. And that's a bit of a plot twist. I would not expect that.
So we have our next first grade class.
First, we're going to take
rapidly.
a look at the medical crew here. We've got the veterinarian. We've got a monkey. We've got an injured lion out here. A bold costume choice, Andrew.
Bold to say the least. But that just shows the Wildcat compassion, walking that line all the way up in the infirmary sling.
We got another football player. Oh, we see our first Ant-Man, another Marvel film that came out this past year. As we've got Lovern Hitchcock here.
A fast approaching sequel to that movie, actually.
Of course, yes. And
very topical.
Many new Marvel movies coming out. We got our second Mario. That's always a classic, Andrew. That's been a classic
especially
since
with Mario
our time.
Odyssey.
Of course, of course.
Most certainly.
No one gets. I mean, you can never get bored with the Mario. Mario and Luigi is a classic combination.
If I could do anything with my life, I think I'd be an Italian plumber.
Of course. And then we got Tootsie Roll, our first Tootsie Roll. That's another time-weathered costume. There's Emma Tordella. Here comes Aiken Dalbo. Well, Tootsie Roll Ninjas.
It's actually pretty close to an actual Tootsie Roll. I mean, the costume, it lasts forever. It never goes away. That Tootsie Roll, you can pretty much leave it in your pantry for 10 years, and it'll never spoil.
And it is just as delicious 10 years later. And there's Caroline Clark helping up some more of them. There's Meghna Patel, co-chair.
We got a few zombie soccer players.
We got some ninjas, Zach. The ninjas are coming in strong now. Can never forget about how important the ninjas. That's another one that's weathered.
I can barely see them. Those ninjas, they're so sly and sneaky.
They are sneaky. They're tough to catch. It looks like we have a dragon here.
Wow.
That's a nice dragon costume. That's the first dragon we've seen as well. Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley, falling on the heels of a dragon.
Out. Oh my goodness.
We're going to jump in. We've got Elvis, or is it Elvis? Are you the flying Elvises? Wait, tell us. Who are you? What's going on?
I am Elvis, who lost weight and didn't buy new clothes.
That
I'm Hawaiian
explains
Elvis.
it all. Hawaiian Elvis?
Hawaiian Elvis. Aloha.
It means goodbye.
I mean, what's not to love about double Elvis? The more the merrier.
All I can really imagine now is most of Elvis's songs played over ukulele.
Of course. That would be a game changer, Andrew.
It would.
That would be a game changer. We see another Wonder Woman here. There's Alexa Tamaris, one of WCAT's seniors. We got a Westminster football player.
Oh, yeah. An angel, it looks like.
Another little break there.
Very heavenly.
And the band out here really killing it this morning in the weather and the cold here.
A little
get a
Addams
replay.
Family. And wait for it.
Some great media rep right there, Andrew. Really showing it for the camera. That's crisp.
And a good message behind it, too.
That's excellent form. And there's the high school band getting it done this morning. As always, supporting the lower schoolers in their parade. And here comes Carol Varner here. The second to last second grade class holding their sign. It looks like we've got a beaver. A beaver holding the sign.
Will Ferrell, was it? With the
maybe, I'm not sure. We got some more Falcons players. It looks like Conor McGregor, Andrew.
Wow.
Conor McGregor making an appearance.
As a bold costume.
An honor to have him at the Westminster schools as always. And Zach's quick question for you. Why don't mummies take time off?
Why is that?
They're afraid to unwind.
That is ripe.
Just classic stuff. As here comes that last second grade class, we've got Paget Tedesco. Looks like we've got some of the evil queen going on, waving to the camera. Some stellar costumes. Lego Ninjago here. Coming up for the second graders. FBI, Cat, Devil. That's another classic, the Devil
We had our
costume.
angels and we had our devils. What
We've
duality?
seen them both this morning. There's Eva Pound. Let's get a replay. And
no high five. Denied by the stormtrooper.
Jack McDonald, the junior, getting absolutely cold-faced by the stormtrooper. And it looks
our
like
first Pennywise.
We've got Pennywise here. Honestly, Andrew, I'm a little bit afraid.
As I said before with the T-Rex, I'm shaking here in my shoes, and it's not just because of the cold.
We got a little dance going on. I mean, that is a frightening character. That is a frightening character, Andrew.
Yeah, I've actually found myself checking every single sewer grate now. Just in case.
You have to. You have to be vigilant.
You never know where those clowns are going to hide.
You never do. I mean, that's a large balloon, too. You'd think you'd see him coming, but, I mean, he comes out of nowhere. You see him. And now they're about to turn around.
Right now, William, I'm following the group up the hill. They are headed towards Robinson Hall. They'll loop around, and everybody is coming back down the hill. So we'll look for those fidget spinners of the lower school administration to lead the way. They'll be coming down soon after the balloon and the clown and the scary face go on by. And then we'll see our first grade and second graders marching on down the hill. So we'll get a second round on all of them.
And there we see some of our wonderful Westminster administration there, rocking the $100 bill costume. Don't forget the Every Cat campaign currently going on. The school kicked it off. The Every Cat Challenge for the Westminster Fund. There are only 4 days remaining. Our goal is to secure 2,200 Westminster Fund commitments, one for every student and faculty member by this Friday, November 3rd. You've got your superheroes, you've got your witches, you've got your mummies, and you've got your $100 bills, all part of that Westminster Every Cat campaign.
And that's what you're here to support. It's good things like this.
And Andrew, a strong showing here from some of the younger siblings. It looks like we see one other princess in the crowd supporting the older siblings. Love to see that. As always here. The Westminster band still going strong here on this brisk morning. And we did mention it will be colder tonight, so make sure to bundle up. At 7 o'clock, it's going to be 62 degrees and only drop to 53
That's
by
a market
10 p.m.
improvement
tonight.
on right now, but 62 degrees.
And it's
awfully chilly.
Here they come. The fidget spinners are spinning on down the hill.
And bringing it on back, leading it off strong again, the fidget spinners. You see Reverend Charney right there. But here they come spinning their costumes away. And Andrew, some impressive ingenuity from the costumes to have the front actually spinning.
Yeah, they had to somehow sneak an axle in there.
I mean,
it's a functioning. They basically just reinvented the wheel.
I mean, I don't see how the fidget spinner is not a real invention of its own. Some beautiful stuff going on there. We see a Ghostbuster. There's some more Spider-Man. There's Katarina Prestia, one of the Wildcat cheerleader captains. And there we see it, Andrew, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the original inflatable suit.
What a classic.
Some emojis. It looks like we've got another inflatable emoji pulling up to the camera. That's shout out to Mr. McCauley, his sons, working it for WCAT. We've got a unicorn coming up. Yoda, Robin.
Batman as well.
First Robin we've seen. There's Catherine Taylor. We got some sailors. Looks like we've got some NASCAR drivers coming up next.
A wonderful Sharpie beard.
A nice dance there. That's impressive, Andrew. That could take quite a while to pencil in. And a bit of a change up in the music here as the Mr. Diamond Go Cats crew comes down. Some fantastic Mr. Diamond costumes.
They nailed the tie.
They really did. The tie, they've got the stuffed dog. They're killing it. We got Wonder Woman, Iron Man, Superman. Superman looking a little bit chilly there, Andrew.
Truly.
Some more Westminster football, Harry Potter.
But I mean, when your suit is mostly tights, how are you not going to be chilly?
That's true. That's true. Kate Miller there helping down some of our cats. We've got some skeletons. There's Rabo Roy, recently named Homecoming Queen. There we see the Stormtrooper again. Some more Harry Potter.
Ash Ketchum of Pokemon series.
That's good. That's good
one.
to see. That's another classic.
It is. I think almost 20 years running now. Can you believe that?
Wow. And there we see Lego Batman followed closely by the Wildcat. Great to see that still showing up in the parade. There we see Betsy Blitch.
We have a dinosaur and a robe.
A robe?
It's a morning dinosaur. Yes.
It's got its coffee. It's just ready for a big day. I respect it.
Looks like that dinosaur's got a case of the Mondays.
And that's the real ingenuity that you like to see. That's the originality points.
Just like that bird there. With
that's a beautiful
individual
parrot.
Feathers. Wow.
That's an impressive parrot costume. There
Coach
we go. We got
Andy Dunn, the golf team.
Here we go.
And lower school PE.
There's Miss Schlafly. Shout out to Jack Schlafly tuning in. There's Elizabeth Trentz helping out some more. It looks like we've got a Moana, Andrew. There's a Moana.
And a Wolverine.
Wolverine and
Moana.
Moana.
There you go. Princess / Marvel hero.
I can't think of a better pairing. I really can't.
Match
there we see our
made in
veterinarian crew. Policeman again.
I wonder if he's going to be doling out those high fives.
I hope so.
Like traffic tickets.
Top form right there. Top form on the high fives. And Andrew, looks like you could spot it. We got a coffee and donuts right off to the side there. That's an impressive coffee and donuts costume. It
is. They decided to go with the coffee on the head. It's awfully a precarious place.
I think it's a bold choice.
Pay off for 'em.
I think it's really adding some good flair.
Points for ingenuity, certainly.
Absolutely, absolutely. There you see Emma Tordella sticking up. Just one of the lower schoolers there, one of the Westminster Senior Wildcats.
And is that just in the corner? It's the Tom Cruise from Top Gun just peeking out?
So. I mean, I appreciate seeing that from this lower school squad.
Really, that's a cultured lower schooler.
That
right
is.
There.
That's somebody that's going to go well. That's good. He's going to go far in life. We see some more. There's our dragon, another stormtrooper. The Tootsie Roll. Looks like we have a zombie Messi.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's
Risen
an interesting
from the
twist.
dead to win the Bundesliga.
Of course. We've got Gladiator here. Some more ninjas. Westminster cheerleader and the football team. There's Delaney Graham helping out some of these lower schoolers as she'll look to compete in the state meet for cross country this upcoming Saturday.
And good luck to them.
Both boys and girls running. It's setting up to be an exciting race. We see 101 Dalmatians back there with some of the teachers. And here comes the Paget Tedesco group.
And I'm pretty sure we did see a Corella as well. So they have the,
that
they
is
took
nice.
the 101 full circle.
Of course. You gotta, I mean, it's all about the group costumes. They certainly bring an extra flair to the parade. The coordination.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some fairies, skeletons. Looks like we got the Grim Reaper there with a battle axe.
Spying a very good Harry Potter, fully sporting the Gryffindor scarf as well in the back.
Oh, that's, I mean, you got to appreciate the specificity.
The
of
attention
the
to detail.
Exactly. Oh, we got showing off for the camera there from the U.S. Army costume. And
just as this last lap finishes up, as they keep passing our camera here.
Shout out to the band once again. Did a fantastic job playing this morning. The high schoolers tagging along at the end of the parade here. Getting ready to head on back to class on this brisk Halloween morning. There you see
our dear president, Mr. Evans, on the steps of Presley.
Of course, you see Collier Ballard, Ramsey Clyde, Caroline Stewart. Stranger Things, there you see Ramsey Clyde.
There it is again with the pop culture.
I mean, you see it. The new show's coming out. They brought in a lot of new costumes.
And the Koi Wave.
That'll wrap things up for us here at WCAT. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Westminster Halloween Parade. But first, let's take a look back at some of the best costumes that we saw here today. Some highlights from the parade. Here with Daniel Searle back with us in the booth as the band continues to play us out here.
We'll find that replay.
And there we go. We've got Georgia football mermaid. That's a fantastic mermaid costume.
It is, and there's our morning dinosaur.
The varsity. That's
wow,
classic.
That's an Atlanta staple.
Alexander, well done, carrying the banner.
And we already mentioned it. The headless horseman and the parrot. The parrot was quite an intricate one. We see NASA spaceship.
Do you think the headless person needs the parrot for do they communicate with them?
I think so. I think it's a nice touch. And the veterinary. I mean, you cannot forget about the veterinarian costume. The Dalmatians, we saw them. We got a little bit of sharks going on here.
Pikachu.
Always a classic. Always a classic costume.
We'll have to go find Ash after this.
Cruella DeVille. 101 Dalmatians crew showing up strong. Lego Ninjago. That was another one.
Very big. That movie coming out very soon.
Already out, already exciting. Haven't seen these, but the Stormtroopers representing here in front of Presley Hall.
And thank you so much for tuning into this Westminster Halloween Parade with WCAT. I'm William Fauché here with Andrew Zacks, Daniel Searle. Daniel?
A quick thank you to all of our crew that was out here at 6:45 this morning or earlier setting up. William Turton, Ethan Denning, Isabella Velarde, Turner Cravens on camera. We've got David Getzy, Jack Hunter, Cole Bergman, the team getting all of the coverage, all of the action for you. Our next broadcast on WCAT will be this Friday. Westminster varsity football closes out the regular season against Stone Mountain. Tune in for pregame at 7 p.m. on WCAT's NFHS network, and you will get all of the action. But today, enjoy the candy, the outfits, the Halloween. Happy Halloween from WCAT to one and all.